members of the Matthews family, contractors in general, trade union members, and the executive of San Paulo West constituency. I want to extend a warm welcome you here this evening to which has been the stomping ground for Mr. Matthews for many, many, many years. And we're very happy, the executive that is, to host this evening's event in tribute to a man who came, saw and conquered. He had a very good life. We have, I hope, sufficient drinks. We have, I hope, sufficient eats for you all this evening. We have a DJ because if I know Comrade well, he'll want us to have a good time. This is not an occasion to weep. This is an occasion to celebrate. And we are here to celebrate a life that was lived and lived well. So later on we'll be hearing Joey Lewis music, and we'll have Brian London who will do something extempo for us. And somewhere while we are rejoicing, AINSLEY will be happy, smiling and wobbling and with us. So at this point, I want to invite everybody to come in out to, and let us be part of this. Let's make this very special because all of us played a part in his life in a different way. We helped, we worked with him, we served, and he served us. So the least we can do is show our appreciation for us, not by in a pocket here or a pocket there, or we here and you there, but do it collectively. So I'd ask all you to come inside, let's really talk about the contribution made by this man, and let's move on. So I will speak from the constituency perspective. I will ask the family to speak first, and we'll ask the union to speak, and we will invite one or two others. Let us really talk about AINSLEY and we pay tribute to this great man. Amen. Can I get a round of applause for that? Thank you. So, I've been told that Garnet will speak on behalf of the Matthews family. So at this point, I want to invite Garnet to the lectern. Thank you so much.
Good night, everyone. Good night. My name is Garnet Emmanuel Tex Martin Matthews. Yeah. I am the patriarch of the Matthews family. AINSLEY Matthews was my oldest brother. He was born 12 years after me. And my biggest sister and myself welcomed him in a very special way. Because in those days, children were not as knowledgeable as now. We still believe that at age of between 8 to 10, that aeroplanes brought babies to families. And so we wondered why we had no baby. Why? And when he was born, there was great jubilation. I remember him as a baby, pink, because my mother was a fairly little brown. My father was not brown, but she was. And he was pink in complexion, baby pink. And his nose was straight as an arm. And we loved him. Then, and throughout his career, he remained our baby brother. AINSLEY remained a baby until death. He never disrespected us, and his was a loving life. But before going further and boring you all, I must, on behalf of the Matthews family, congratulate His Worship the Mayor and other members of the executive of San Fernando West constituency for having this wonderful function this evening. In celebration of the life of my departed brother, I must also congratulate in a special way the executive of the Contractors and Workers Union and his membership, who rallied around my departed brother non-stop. There was nothing that my brother needed that the union did not supply. I repeat, there was nothing that my sick and ailing brother needed that the union did not supply. In fact, they offered more than we thought possible. But not boring you all with that, I move on. AINSLEY was a man, a warrior. He was born of Ference 70 years ago at Poor Road, Superior. He attended Superior Boys Archery School and subsequently attended St. Benedict's College, La Romaine. AINSLEY was a sportsman. He was known and renowned as a genuine fast bowler and a useful middle-order batsman in cricket. In football, he excelled. He appeared for La Romaine United at the club level and graduated at the zonal level, representing SFA, Southern Football Association based in San Fernando, and represented at the zonal level as a central defender. AINSLEY not only represented himself at the sporting level, he was also, and it is known and established, a great trade union leader. But he did not start at the top. He was first a structured, moved up to General Secretary, and after being tutored by Mr. Owen C. Hines of remembrance, was promoted to General President or President General of the Contractors and Workers Trade Union. There, he advocated fearlessly for workers. He was also a philanthropist, in that he always tried to assist those in need, those less fortunate, either from his pockets, making contributions towards their school books and uniform, and at times even foodstuff for a family. He was a philanthropist indeed of great repute. Without burdening you further, I must thank every one of you all here who have attended this wonderful celebration of his life. I am satisfied as patriarch of the Matthews family that he has traveled. He fought the good fight. He won the battle. And I'm certain is now in the arms of Jesus. To God be the glory.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews. Something like Winston Churchill there. It's very easy to tell the era he's from. At this point, I would like to invite this is Mr. Beek representing the union or an appointed person to speak on behalf of the Contractors and General Trade Union, please. Mr. Beek. Let's give her a round of applause.
Good night, everyone. Good night, comrades.
Good evening.
AINSLEY Matthews, PG, Shaka, Skull. These were some of the names which he was called. I was told that coming out of school, Comrade Matthews joined the football club in La Romaine, whereby Mr. Hines was one of the organizers, and Mr. Hines spotted his talent and took him on and carried him over to one of the that the contractors and general workers represented at that time, which was I can't recall right now. And then that company closed down, and then he carried him over to Oil Well Services. After Oil Well Services, he brought him on full-time at the union. He held 3 positions, and those 3 positions were General Secretary, Vice President, and President. Comrade Matthews taught all of his comrades well. The Contractors and General Workers Trade Union represent approximately 9 companies. And the management of those 9 companies respected the union. Comrade Matthews always taught us that the way you carry about yourself, you must ensure that the management look up to you. Amen. And he always taught us that we don't have, they have, and therefore we want from them. He also taught us that we must be very skillful. We must not allow power to get to us. Comrade Matthews was a man who was always surrounded by ladies. He had a love for ladies. Because in his mind, he always told himself that ladies were always taken advantage of. And he wanted to give ladies that opportunity to show off their talent. And he will always encourage young comrades to come on board and carry them around and teach them so that in the future they will be able to hold office and represent properly. Amen. This was some of the attributes of AINSLEY Matthews. And I want to say tonight, if we really and truly love Comrade Matthews, we must not allow our union, the Contractors and General Workers Trade Union, to fall. You see, if you really want to demonstrate how good he was, it will only show after his passing the way we do business and the way the union go from strength to strength. Amen. Amen. So all the shots here tonight from various companies, I implore you to take your job seriously. We do have a backlog. We are seeing where companies are sending home workers. And I'm going to throw out something tonight. Some might not like what I have to say, but I have to say it because it's in my heart. We cannot continue to do business as usual. You see, one of the biggest branches of the Contractors and General Workers Trade Union is the San Fernando City Corporation. And right now we are in the city. And the city was once the top city in Trinidad and Tobago. And presently we are not. And I throw out this call tonight of all workers of the San Fernando City Corporation who are here tonight jobs as the president of the Industrial Court State. Your job is your property. You are being paid 8 hours pay. We must start to produce for what we are being paid. This city is ours, and how it looks, it will depend on the workers of San Fernando City Corporation. And I know we are capable. Of course it will have some delinquent, but who are delinquent? Let us pull them up. Our second largest branch is Lake Asphalt, and I'm throwing this out to the workers of Lake Asphalt who are here also. It cannot be work as usual. We also have to change our attitude at Lake Asphalt. Let us show our President General that we would not allow this union to go under. When your neighbor house on fire, wet yours. And the only way we can change, we have to change the way we work, how we perform. If we love Comrade Matthews, we will use today as a new beginning. Love to the Matthews family, Bunny, Swedak and his wife, the Contractors and General Workers Trade Union. Sympathize with you in this hour of mourning. We are here to support, and on behalf of the executive and the members of the Contractors and General Workers Trade Union, we would like to say to you all, thank you for us having Comrade AINSLEY Matthews for the time that he served, the time he led us, and all that he taught us. Thank you.
Sounds like a campaign speech. However, the light side was very well said and very thought-provoking as we move on, and you outline a perspective for your union and as well for the city of San Fernando. I wear many hats, and as I listened to your speech there, how we interact, chairman of the constituency, colleague, Mr. Matthews, my position at City Hall, our interaction, him representing the union and representing the corporation, and it is so difficult for me at times. And I'll just share a little story with you. I attended a function that it was the Volleyball Association had, and I'm sitting next to the president of the Volleyball Association, and on the stage they had bands that was played by a group called the Triplets. And the band that was being played, there was a skiffle band. So he really turned to me and said, Mr. Rigaro, skiffle band, you said a good steel band. I thought they would have one panorama. So I said, yeah, I know, that's my band. And then later on, Triplets came on stage, and Joshua Rigaro was the lead player. She said, he's such a good little player. I said, well, yeah, I know, that's my son. And then later on, the fashion show was presented by Jackie Kuno, and she said, you know, this is Jackie Kuno, she's been in this business for such a long time. I said, yeah, I know, that's my mother-in-law. and then somebody went on and they said, well, so you'll call the mayor. She said, well, Mr. Mayor, you have San Fernando covered. I said, no, we just, you know, I wear so many hats, it's just to be a part of a whole fabric as you go along, you know. I just happen to be a San Fernando, that's all. I'm born in this town, grow up in this town, I'll be part of it. It's not my fault, but I'm here to help. And this is why we have this function here this evening, because this is where things will come and sit down and have discussion about all matters, union, political, culture, sport, as the case may be. And I personally will miss him on the executive because, no disrespect to the others, the only member of the executive that will talk about culture, World Cup going on, we're going back and forth, back in different teams. The others are not that well, brought up, may I say so. The other members of the executive, they tend to be one-dimensional. And AINSLEY wasn't one-dimensional. That doesn't make the difference between them and me. So at this point, as we continue, I'll ask, I saw somebody from here earlier on. Let me pardon my, for not to mention it before. The NCBA, Mr. Brown is here. I saw him here earlier on. Is he still here? Mr. Brown from the NCBA. He was here very early. Maybe he left, because I know Mr. Matthews, like myself, wear many hats. He was in charge of the NCBA in San Fernando. So we will move on, and before the constituency, we are the hosts, play our part. I would like to ask anybody who, well-wishers, who may want to share their thoughts, sentiments, a few words with us as we pay tribute to this great man. The floor is open, the mic is available. Feel free to come forward and share your stories and your narrative as Irvin did a while ago. We want, nothing wrong if it's entertaining, If you had a good in-between experience with the AINSLEY, we'll all laugh about it, Right? Nobody will come forward? Well, let me share one with you. My first meeting I chaired as the MP for San Fernando West, and my first interaction with AINSLEY. AINSLEY walked in the meeting 5 minutes before the meeting finished. Look at the agenda and ask me, but Mr. Chairman, item A. I said, excuse me? That was 2 hours ago, sir. He said, I want to talk about it. I said, no, not in my meeting, sir. He said, what? I said, yeah, not in my meeting. That was on top of the agenda. He said, I want to talk about it. I said, I'll ask you to leave. You take your seat or leave. He said, watch me like that. He said, who's this man? Like 2 bulls going head to toe, as the case may be. Anyway, he sat down. He said, all right, okay. And he sat down. And the next day, he called me and said, we need to talk about this, sir. And we trash it out, and we do it. And this is where I gained, my respect for him was gained, because it takes a big man to do that. And I was proud of that, because I was chairing the meeting, but see, we are leaders. We are leaders by nature. Leaders are not made, leaders are born, and he was a born leader, and he met another leader. But we both dealt with it like big men, without any animosity or any rank or any, or any vendetta, and we continue to work together collectively after that. And we work together, we have been working together since that, almost 9 years now. And I respect him immensely for that. So we have no well-wishers at this point. Somebody's coming up. Mr. Wilkes.
Pleasant good evening to all. My official name is Patrick Lawrence. Most people know me by my home name Clement, and the workers call me Clemmy. I am a retired worker of the San Fernando City Council Corporation. I worked at the electrical department 44 years before retiring on the 4th of January 2017. The Lord works in a mysterious way, as we say, His wonders to perform. Amen. And there's a little story I have about Mr. Matthews, and it's the truth, the plain truth. Some years ago, when Mr. Hines died, I was an acting shop steward. And they had a meeting at the City Hall upstairs, the council chamber. And I got up because I didn't know how to go about things. I didn't know the rules and what have you. And I got up and I made mention that Mr. Hines had passed and what have you. But really and truly, that was for the people at the head table, like the president, and they supposed to have done that. So I was chastised by Mr. Matthews. As I go further, I was upset. Because I thought I did something and brought an awareness to it, because nobody was making mention of it. So there was the church service at the St. Paul's Anglican Church. And they had people to pick up the collection and whatnot and what have you. So I was thinking, I said, to give me this basket to pick up the collection, and I should go on the side where he's sitting on. And I reached nearby him. I'll put the basket, and when he put the money, I'll move it and let the money fall on the But as I said before, life is so mysterious, there's wonders to perform. You know that is the same man from my retirement function that came and spoke so glowingly of me. What if I had done that? So God has a way of doing things. But to me, he was a great gentleman, always nice to talk to, exchange ideas and what have you. And to his family, on behalf of my family, our condolences. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. What is profound about his contributions that we as a people have a tendency to speak good of others when they pass. And it should be done with their lives, because we need to know how you feel. You need to know those sentiments must be expressed. Don't wait until we pass to come and say, Junior was a good fellow. Say, no, what I hate now, you don't wait till I go on to say that. However, as we move on, if we don't have anybody else coming, I will ask the constituency to start to pay our tribute. And the constituency is made up of 3 elements. The central executive, comprising of the Women's League and the Youth League. I'll ask the chairman of the Women's League, and who referred to Mr. Matthews as a father, he referred to her as his daughter, to come up and share her thoughts and experiences with us, with former councillor Sharon Looney Thomas and Lady Vice Chair of Sangha West Constituency.
Mr. Chairman, good evening to bereaved family, co-workers, members of Sandra and the West Executive. I'm here this evening to share a bit memory of my good friend, my father, Mr. AINSLEY Matthews. I've known Mr. Matthews since 1986 or 85, but it's when the NAR took over. And worked closely with Errol Mahabi at that election. And the night we lost that election, some were sad, some were happy. And AINSLEY was just singing hymns. He was just only singing hymns and saying the world is not going to end and we're going to come back. He had that full assurance that the piano was going to come back. AINSLEY is a person, has a very colorful character. 1 minute, he is very stern with you. Another time, he's very jovial. And AINSLEY is my brother. He's my father. And to stand here to speak about him is really, really heart-rendering, because he has really stood up with me. He's closer than any of my siblings. He's a person I can call any time. Last year I had a problem and AINSLEY stood up with me for the entire day, and he was only calling and cancelling meetings. And I cannot come to the meeting, I have something to deal with, and he stood by my side. And I will always remember that. AINSLEY is, as Ermin said, he's always close with the ladies. We honor him as an honorary member of our Women's League. Anything the Women's League having, we're sure to have Mr. Matthews. He's going to be there. And I see Mr. Regrello and Nigel are following in his footsteps, but once the Women's League having something, you can show that he is there to support us. Huh? It's a love for ladies, and you love to support ladies. He was my assistant campaign manager. He said, no, I will take the assistant, because he said that somebody else, he made that decision, and he was with me through my election, through my wedding, through my daughter's wedding. He played a major role. AINSLEY come like family. He came like family. And Bonnie, I know, because I know I'm having a hard time, and I know his siblings, his other half, Denise and his sister-in-laws, and I know you all are already going to miss him. But I know he's in Jesus' arms because he lived the life. He lived the life. You can't stop him on a Sunday. You can't stop. You can tell him what? He going to church. And he always talk about Jesus. He always talk about Jesus. And you know, he always go back to when his time in St. Benedict's with Dom Basil. He always tell me about this and the dumb and the dumb and the dumb and stuff like that. You know how they was very religious, a very religious school and stuff like that. I know my members, I have members of my executive here, and I know they will want to say something, especially Miss Gloria, who always dancing with him. Whenever music, he always asking Gloria first. So I know Gloria will want to say something. I know Jocelyn, so it will be just a few minutes that you will just come and share something. Because I can't take, I'm not in the frame of mind to really talk right now. I really thought I would have been stronger, but God is good. I did my part. I supported my brother through good times, bad times. I was always there. He was always there for me. And one day we all have to walk this road, a road that we can never get accustomed to. Because when I saw him, I thought he was going to be right here again today. But God, yeah, he's here in spirit, gone but never forgotten. And he's an ardent politician. An ardent politician. I remember we had an election coming up, a local election, and we wanted a candidate. So Mr. Matthews and Byron Carrington, who was the chairman of the constituency, decided that we had a person screening for this position, a mock screening at the constituency office, and he didn't want a person. So Mr. Matthews found himself, by that time we were up a hillside, by Smiley Bar, and brought a half-drunk man to be screened. So the whole thing was up, we upset the whole thing, so we were able to go back the next day to get the next candidate. He was very, very humorous. We really had good times with Mr. Matthews. You know, AINSLEY was really something. Because when you look back, the things he did for politics, he would go beyond. You know, and he's a different person. When it comes to election, he takes his election seriously. In the days when we started to write up the charts, till the left-hander used to come, and he bring his ladies to, he used to bring his ladies to assist, and he come in the night, 10 o'clock in the night, to do work in the election. He's staying up whole night and writing up polling divisions and stuff like that, and there's so much I can say about him. So I call Gloria, the older ones, and Jocelyn, Natalie, you don't be afraid, come and say something. Tracy, and he always supported the young ones. He always told me, women, see, had too much of old people, get some young people. He brought 2 ladies for me, he sent 2 ladies for me. And you come and say something, Latoya and Tracy. Latoya and Tracy and Gloria. Okay, thank you very much.
Good night, everyone. I am also taken back with Mr. Matthews' passing. And Mr. Matthews is a person that I had loved very much because he always looked out for me when you hear, like, election time come and my name and call, he will get up and he will start to make a fuss. Where's Gloria? Why Gloria name not there? And he will start to carry on. Gloria name have to be there. When it's carnival time, I don't have no money. He's seen me in the camp and he called, Gloria, where are you? I say, Mr. Matthews, I don't have no money to play no mass. He said, you matter what, girl, come down here and you're going to play mass. If you want to give me the money after, you give me the money, but come down here and do what you have to do. He said, this is our time. And I will go down there every year. I will play mass. They used to call me the bunny, and they used to call me the queen of Owen Hand's band because I have to play my mass. Mr. Matthews, I will sit and I will listen to him making contributions in meetings. And he will sit. He will sit and he will listen. He will listen. And he will wait on his moment. And when his moment comes, he will get up and he will say what he have to say. And when he say what he have to say, he mean what he mean what he's saying. And he not going below that, he not going above it. He is on that. And that is one thing I like with Mr. Matthews. He stay foot on whatever he want. He go for it, he take it, and he go with it. And to his family, I say, well, I wish you all the best. Well, may God rest in peace. Amen.
Most of the names were called, and I'm not seeing any movement, so I'm just... Okay, so Justin declined, and the other young lady declined. All right. I'm seeing emotional reaction, so... All right, so we will excuse them. We'll ask the chairman of the Youth League to speak on behalf of the youths, because Mr. Matthew was an inspiration to our young people, Joshua Regrello.
All protocol observed. Good evening. I don't think I have the words to describe Mr. Matthew, and regularly I'll be embarrassed for that, but I think right now that's fair, because I don't think that any one word, or there are not enough words in the English language to describe Mr. Matthews. But I can tell you that if I have a drop of the courage that Mr. Matthews have, I'll be a great man. It is at times like this where we are properly able to reflect on the lives that have passed and the way that those lives have impacted us. And I can tell you that I'm a member of the San Fernando West constituency executive, and it has been a profound experience to just sit as a youth in those meetings and witness Mr. Matthews. And as Miss Gloria said just now, he really does have a patience about him. But you know, after that patience, something going to come, something going to erupt. Amen. And I will tell you a secret that I don't think anybody knows. But at these meetings, they normally ask for a youth league report. And I won't give one. I will say that there's no youth league report to give. And these are the meetings where Mr. Matthews isn't there yet. I know he's coming later. So I'll say there's no youth league report to give. And I'll wait. And they could tell you at the end of the meeting, I'll say, Mr. Chairman, I have a report to give. And that's because Mr. Matthews just came in. And the reason why I will do that is because him, before everybody else, after I talk, he will say, Mr. Chairman, I just want to congratulate the Youth League for what they're doing. And to hear that, to me, and on behalf of the Youth League, that was gratifying. And as was said just now, he really did support the youth, and he and Miss Bonnie, they have always supported me, and I am so grateful for that, and they have supported the Youth League. So now, in short, on behalf of the entire of the San Fernando West Youth League, we want to extend our condolences to the family and to all the friends of the family. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you to Mr. Matthews for all the inspiration that he's provided to me as a leader and to all the youth of San Fernando West. Thank you.
So we had the Women's League, the Youth League. I know some people just came in, so I'll give them an opportunity to share their thoughts. I'm seeing Miss Hazel in the back just arrived. We invite Miss Hazel to come forward. I know that the union already made their contribution, but I'll leave a special space for you, providing it is not a campaign speech. So come, Miss Hazel.
To His Worship the Mayor, Pleasant good night to the Matthews family. Pleasant good night to my sister Bunny. Pleasant good night to each and everyone and all those that come out here tonight to support, to prop the Matthews family, to give them the strength and the support. We have not only lost a father, but we lost a friend. We lost a brother. We lost someone that we can go to and tell almost anything. We lost someone who will guide us. We have lost a pillar. And Ainsley Matthews, may he rest in peace. And I know his journey is not ended. Because wherever he goes, he always makes someone happy. I know tonight that he has touched a lot of us that's standing here tonight. Touch us in some way. And tonight I pray, God, that wherever he may be, he will continue shining that bright star. Tonight I give God the honor, the glory, and I thank God over and over again for meeting him and having the opportunity to spend those years with him. Amen. So tonight, on behalf of my family, the union, and each and every one, let us give him a round of applause for all what he has done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hazel. Let me begin by saying on behalf of the constituency, we want to extend our condolences as well, and to let the family know that our prayers and our thoughts are with you at this very, very difficult period. Mr. Matthews, as a member of the executive, would be a loss. And as Joshua outlined a while ago there, when we sit collectively as an executive to make decisions, and our decisions are basically political decisions that redound and impact on the people, it requires experience and profound thoughts, and that is what Mr. Matthews brought to the table. He brought experience and he brought that compassion that is required in the decision-making process. Many of us think that being elected to executive is to just be part of the team, but you have to have specific skill sets to contribute. And he brought that trade unionism, that individualism, that understanding and appreciation for people, as has been outlined by each and every speaker here this evening. What I admire most about him, that we are of a similar ilk. We are rebels. You know, I am a rebel. Shaka was a rebel, so there's a synergy, a nexus between us. So it's not difficult for us to connect easily. And this is the understanding we had. So we will go toe to toe at a meeting, fall out at a meeting, but there was that basic respect, and we'll meet after until you come. You say, Chairman, you know, you said so. I didn't agree with you, but you have a point there, and we'll trash things out. And I said before, that's what I admire about him. So there are people in this world who are contentious by nature, but we really make the world go around. Because if we sit down and be passive, as most people are, then it will be a boring place. Nothing is going to happen. It takes leadership, it takes guts, and it takes that contentious attitude, that rebellious way to transform things, transform places, and to transform people, as have been outlined here by various speakers this evening. As I said before, he'll be surely missed, and it's a very difficult place, position to replace. However, we'll continue to soldier on, and we know that he'll be there to guide us for wherever he is. My last experience with him was on Thursday evening. I was sitting there, I was standing next to his daughter, I think his sister, and we chat, and I said, Shaka, Junior here. And you give him a slide there, you were there. So he closed, he blinked his eye, and he do something, he swallow saliva. And we tried to have a conversation with him. And when I was leaving, I said, you know, you're a strong man, you know, you don't surrender, right? And you never get weary. So I want to end with this. I am not a singer, I'm a pan person, but this is a quiet wake. Before the DJ I want to strike up just now, we have some Joey Lewis music, and we have some punching and Johnny and whatever inside to serve. But before we do that, let's make this real. Let's sing You Never Get Weary Yet. Everybody. I will study first line. Right? We never get weary yet. We never get weary yet. We never get weary yet. Let me tell you, no, we never get weary yet. We never get weary yet. Walking all day and we never get weary yet. Hallelujah, we never get weary yet. What is it? We never get weary yet. We working all day and we never give up, but we never get weary yet. You know, let's talk and let's celebrate the life of the late Shaka Matthews. Thank you so much. We have a little surprise here. We're going to do something special. We have Brian London in the house. We're going to do something in tribute to Shaka. We're looking for, I understand his favorite calypso was Sufferers by Stalin. That's my favorite calypso as well. So, Brian, how long can you have? So we invited Brian London to come to the microphone. We could do our extempo. Brian and I will do the extempo. And we're doing Sufferers. What did the chorus go again? Sufferers do what? Sufferers don't care about nothing. Sufferers don't care about race. All sufferers care about is where the next meal coming from. Like that song. Great song. Okay. So we have one contributor. You know, one person want to bring some comments again. Let's acknowledge her. Come. Don't try that. Come. All right, she's coming.
No comments.
Saying something. You're singing or you're talking?
Pleasant good evening.
Wait now. Take your time. Don't get excited.
Excited.
Right. You're singing or you're talking? You're singing or you're talking?
I'm just going to sing a little song.
She says she's singing, so we have before Brian come, we get that song. Come on. You want a backup singer? I volunteered.
Pleasant good night to the Spirit of God. Pleasant good night to the bereaved family. I just want to say, and I said it already, thank you to Mr. Matthews and his family. And he was the one lead me to the water to be baptized. And it have some members here still and some children who he also led to the water. And I just want to say thanks in my own special way. In times like this, we have a Savior. In times like this, we have an anchor. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. The rock is Jesus. Yes, he's the one. The rock is Jesus. He's the only one. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. Hallelujah.
But you could really sing, man. So we getting ready for Brian London.
got to give. Regardless what's the hurt, man, you must think positive. Look on the brighter side. Look on the brighter side. Man, I see a silver lining behind the gray clouds we passing. So look on the bright side. And look on the bright side. On the bright side is where we going. Side, on the bright side is where we going. I say you're going on the road, sometimes with a heavy load, but you must keep going. You commit a crime, man, you keep facing time, but you must keep fighting. Remember they say that nothing lasts forever. One day is for the slave, one day for the master. But always keep your courage up. Don't allow one to drop. For one day you'll be right there on top. So as we appreciate the little life got to give, regardless what's the hurt, man, you must think positive. So look on the brighter side and look on the brighter side. Man, I see that silver lining behind the grey clouds we're passing. So look on the bright side and look on the bright side. The bright side is where we going. Hey, bam para badam bam day, para badam bam day, bam 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 para day. So look on the brighter side, look on the brighter side. I see that silver lining behind the grey clouds we're passing. I look on the bright side, and look on the bright side. On the bright side is where we're going. The journey may be long, sometimes you keep falling down, but you must keep standing. The pressure getting hot, and the pressure won't stop, but you must keep going. Remember they say that nothing lasts forever. One day may be for the slave, one day for the master. Don't allow confidence to drop. Always keep your courage up. For one day you'll be right there on top. Yes, so as we appreciate the little life got to give, regardless what's the hurt, we must think positive. So look on the brighter side, man, look on the brighter side. Because I see a silver lining behind the grey clouds you're passing. So look on the bright side, and look on the bright side. On the bright side is where we going. Ba-da-ba-da. But extra, one time I stick it. You know Kaiso, man. You know Kaiso? Good.
A round of applause to the backup singer. Right. Backup, right, good. Is it that? Brad, the backup singer, make it sound good, you know.
There you go, man. That's your request. How do you read this one thing? A true people song. Anytime you bounce up a racist and you hear them running their mouth, it have a whole set of people who don't care what they talking about. A racist is somebody living happy and all their family doing well. So race talk is really not for people who in the ghetto catching hell. So that we tell them racists, sufferers don't care about color, and sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where. living in who place. You see, sufferers don't care who come country, and sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers only want to know where the next meal coming from. Dr. Leroy Hollis. A song that dropped it today. Wake up early next morning. Man, I gone down by the 10 days yard. I see all kind of race of people. Man, they line up with the ID card. Or if they take a visit to Talparo, but they get no water for years. I see all kind of race and all kind of people with a bucket sit down shedding tears. So I want to tell them sufferers don't care about color. I say sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place. Sufferers don't care who from country, and sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers only want to know where the next food coming from. I'm sing a new song, boy. Hospital, and I'm sure that you're going to be shocked. It's all kind of race of people, and they line up waiting on one dock. Or take a little visit to the AIDS ward, where they find a cure as yet. People don't care about the race, they can't remember the color. All they know is that they face in death. So let me tell them people, sufferers don't care about color, and sufferers don't care about race. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place. Sufferers don't care who from country, and sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers only want to know where the next meal coming that is somebody who have something that they want to protect. So they go keep on talking all this at a race talk until the day of the death. But sufferers like me and you, we have nothing. We don't know where the next meal coming from. So I want you to go and tell all them set of racists that suffering makes us one. So let me tell them racists, sufferers don't care about, and sufferers don't care about. Sufferers don't care who migrate from where or who living in who place. Sufferers don't care who from country, and sufferers don't care who from town. Sufferers hold Can I do one more, please? Can I do one more? Just one? Pull across Dorothy for me, please.
So I do take gigs. Anybody want a performer? I take my name is King Bacchanalist. You can check me here at City Hall for a performance. I cover the congas as well.
You go one time, let me go one time. If you do it, you're free to sing along, eh? 1983, my fans beg for a favor, and I decide to please them. So I write the soca. Then last year they come back with a different story. They say there was something smutty about Gina or Dorothy. Well, on your fans, you know your future depends. So I sit down to write this one only to please them. But as I take up my pen and my piece of paper, and I write on the first verse, this is what I remember. They say oil money come and oil money go, and poor people remain on the pavement and ghetto. But when Mr. Divider start to divide the bread equally, man I'm going and finish the whole damn calypso about Dorothy. Oh, I jam she party, and she jam me party. Oh, we back and we roll back. But once my people keep fighting for an equal share of the cake, I say, wait, Dorothy. Make sure you give a backup singer. Make sure you give a backup singer. Well, I take up the challenge, wants to prove to the lot. And I decide to show them talent could write a smart. On this Dorothy woman, we come down to the island, and we have them we battery when we cover the steel pan. And I done hire two girls to put on some short things. Was to come on stage and show how Dorothy moving. Boy, it's the wrong thing I do it. So when I strike up the first note, suppose Jaja punish me. It's a stroke in my one joke. You see the Ku Klux Klan office still Alabama, and in Princeton, England, my people still under pressure. Anytime I see that those South Africans are free, man, I'm going and finish the whole damn calypso about Dorothy. Oh, I jam she party, and she jam me party. Oh, we back party, and we roll back party. But once my people keep fighting for an equal share of the cake, I tell them, wait, Dorothy, play the music. Passing to London, and you're sure to hear it. It is called calypso, music from music. They say all entertainers today use the culture just to help their people land a better future. In this world today of nuclear and revolution, the calypso man still singing about rum and woman. So I'm just making sure that when they run in the big mouth, it's a black style music that they talking about. Cause them politicians still be a former federation. So much meeting they keeping, Caribbean people still suffering. Anytime I see a true Caribbean unity, then I go in and finish the whole damn calypso about Dorothy. Oh, I jam she in the party, and she jam me in the party. Oh, we back in the party, and we roll back in the party. Once my people keep fighting for equal share of the cake, what we say? Wait, Dorothy, wait, Dorothy, wait. As the four-verse and chorus, there's just too much lyrics to sit down and write smut in this moment of crisis. Boss man son say one more. Pull King Lion for me there. I'm going to no Kaiso. Wait, authority. Pull King Lion across the middle. I'm going to no Kaiso. This is real authentic Kaiso. I'm going to no real Kaiso. I'm going to no. Is the last boss? Boss, is the last one, eh? Last one, right? Last one. All right, you back come sing again, child? Pull across King Lion for me, please. King Lion, yeah. My Lord Nelson, pull across that for me. Yeah. You know this one? Who know this one? Arikita. Younger ones, miss the words good. If you want to know how to lie. I know some of you all won't believe me, but if you think I lie, ask my good friend Mackie. It was a big lying competition to see who they was going to crown as the lion champion. Liars from all parts of the West Indies, big shot liars from all them foreign countries. Then from about 1,000 or so entries, in 2 days, it boiled down and leave just 3. Well, I had me eye on the lion. I know that he just come with some good one, but it had a younger fella there called Debo. From some fishing village in Tobago. He say his father is Tobago best fisherman. Catch a fish a mile wide, 80 feet in span. Had to tie it on the boat and swim back to land to get his brother Eric to give him a hand. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie. You hear lie?
Teacher Pussy say if you tell a lie, you go into hell as soon as you die.
Lie. You hear lie? Lie. Arikita. I wanna boy. The lion, he laughed till he sweat. He said, Mr. Debo, he ain't say nothing yet. If all you really want to hear about fishing, let me blow your mind. Please listen to something. When you're talking about fish, you just hit the spot. I was hoping that you did, believe it or not. The fish your father caught for you, it was great. But it's them small fish my father is used for bait. Well, lion went ahead on points in the show, totally eliminating Mr. Debo. The next man to lie was really outrageous. Well, he asked the judges if he could lie first. The judges asked the lion agreed. Any topic will pick is alright with me. The outrageous I strong, we gon' meet head on. Then let we see who head fit to wear the crown. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie. You hear lie?
Teacher Pussy say if you tell a lie, you go into hell as soon as you die.
Lie. Arikita. I wanna fly. Arikita. It's my favorite verse. This verse, get to the song. Outrageous said that he knew a tailor. When it come to sewing clothes, boy, the man is a master. Just show him a man coming around a corner, and he could make him a suit and don't even measure. I'm talking about suit, sitting down correct, expertly made and fitting perfect. He used to sew for Shakespeare, make suit for Hamlet, and up to this day he ain't make a mistake yet. The crowd went wild, they wouldn't cool down. I said tonight, boy, the lion was in the crown. The judges then brought the crowd back to order and asked the lion if he could lie about a tailor. He said, my man is the best, Ralphie is his name. Cutting cloth and sewing, boy, that is his name. Don't show him the fella, my tailor is class. Just show him the corner where the fella passed, and he gonna make a suit That is a lie. You hear lie?
Teacher Pussy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die.
Lie. I wanna fly.
Teacher Pussy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Teacher Pussy say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die.
Good. Give yourself a round of applause for doing good, guys. So. And the backup singer, my backup singer, round of applause. Backup singer, let me spin okay, so now before you go, let me try something on you. Did you hear about the thief in pussy that they hold up in Sandy Grandy? You can't cook and leave it at all. That pussy can't go make your ball. It's one way to get a relief. Man, they plan one night to capture the thief. But as the cat run by my neighbor's son, and the boys say pussy cat start to run, they running him.
Hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy cat.
Pussy running. Pussy running, hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy. Pussy running, hold the pussy, hold the pussy. All the time nobody did know. It's a pussy cat that thief and so they send down by CID for Burroughs, Renibab and Monsigi. But the CID men tell them flat, it's not a human friend, it's a cat. They couldn't believe the police was right until they jammed the pussy that night. They running him, hold the pussy. The band find the test. Ay, ay, yo. I say I'm going to cut on the band find the music. Thanks to the DJ, man. Play for that, man. Lord Blakey. I don't want to vintage. Lord Blakey. Pussy that they hold up in Sandy Grandy. You can't cook and leave it at all. Man, that pussy can't go make your ball. It's one way to get a relief. Man, they plan one night to capture the thief. And as the cat run my neighbor's son, and the boys say pussy can't start to run, they running him. Hold pussy running.
Hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy cat.
Pussy running.
Hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy cat.
Pussy running.
Hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy cat.
Let's go. Ay, ay, yo. You been so good, boy. Ay, ay, yeah. All the time nobody did know. It's a pussy cat that thief and so they send down by CID for Burroughs, Renibab and Monsigi. Well, the CID men tell them flat, it's not a human friend, it's a cat. They couldn't believe the police was right until they jammed the pussy that night. They running him.
Hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy.
Pussy running.
Hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy cat.
Pussy running.
Hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy cat. And hold the pussy, hold the pussy, hold the pussy cat.
Hey, hey. Ay, ay, yeah. Ay, ay, yo. The confusion, men with big stick all in the junction. A fella call him giveaway, have a machete just like Fashife. He say Blakey, long time a planning, for whenever I see him, the man vex till I get red. If I hold a pussy tonight, he dead, they running him.
Hold the pussy.
Take me out, song, man. Take me outside, please. Take me out. Right. I'm doing this one song for you and then I'll go on. This song is for you and then I'll go. Because I'm in a panyard. I'm doing this song. Right? It was a bacchanal, 1950 carnival. Fight for soul with invaders and Tokyo steel band clash. My friend run and left his hat. Lord, when they hit him a baseball bat, never me again to jump in a steel band in Port of Spain. Hey, cause invaders beating sweet. Coming up Park Street. Tokyo coming down beating very slow. Man, when the two band clash, mama yo, if you see cutlass, so never me again to jump in a steel band in Port of Spain, boy. Well, the thing get hot, if you see men get caught. Lord Blakey running a house by a lady, quite on top the lady bed. They pelt a bottle and bust my head. Never me again to jump in a steel band in Port of Spain. Quite on top the lady bed, she attending to my head. When she husband come home and catch me and she alone. Boy, first the man get dread with a big stick. I get a next boss head. Never me again to jump in a steel band in Port of Spain. May you rest in peace. Blessings.
A round of applause for Brian London. Right? And the backup singer too. A bigger round of applause for the backup singer. Yeah.